Well, see, the thing about my situation at the time that I wrote Refridgerhoid and for about a year and a half, almost 2 years prior to that, I was working for this, well, can't really say the name of it. It's a multinational pharmaceutical company. And so I developed a disdain for pharmaceuticals. I still had a lot of residual television stuff circulating around in my head, and I was still kind of on that kick of hating all the drug ads that they had on TV. I had done Blastolax years before. I think it was almost 7 or 8 years before I had done Refridgerhoid. I don't know. I guess it wasn't out of my system yet. In fact, it still isn't. I have several scripts still left to produce that are centered around the whole pharmaceutical thing. But so Refridgerhoid was just, you know, I enjoyed working with the characters, Pete and Carl, the first time around, and I wanted to work with them again. And as far as doing a radio versus a television spot, even at the time that I was going to do Refridgerhoid, I really hadn't dabbled much with video editing or anything like that. I really didn't have my head around the whole thing. So, you know, the nice thing about doing a radio commercial as opposed to a TV commercial, doing the radio style commercial is more my speed. I mean, it's something that I've got a lot of experience with as far as the pace. The pace is totally different between video and audio. You know, if you're doing a radio spot, you know, in quotes, you don't have to wait for the action to take place except where the action is important. The dialogue can just move along at a certain clip, whereas in a visual play, you have blocking. You have people moving from one location to another. You have cuts, you have reaction shots, you have all these different things that make it so that the pace of a video play has to be much slower. There's a frame, you know, there's only so much stuff that you can show at any one time. And in order to get everything that you want to get, you really have to show this, then cut to this, and then cut to a reaction shot, and do all these things. And even if the three things that you're going to show happened simultaneously, you still have to cut, because the only alternative would be doing one of those cheesy 60s split screen things, you know, like in Andromeda Strain or some of the other avant-garde-ish 60s, 70s movies where they did, you know, split screen, and the person walking is in this screen, and what the person is seeing is in this screen, you know, that kind of thing. You can't win. Plus, with video, I'm one guy. It's much harder and much more expensive to do costumes, locations, shooting schedules, all this other kind of stuff than it is to just get in the recording studio and turn the mic on and start blabbing, you know. And then if I need sound effects, I can do Foley, or I can do you know, pull stuff off a CD or whatever. If I need music, I can either record something myself or I can pull it off a CD, and I can build an entire soundscape, or just have dialogue, you know. It's entirely up to me. But at a bare minimum, if you're doing anything other than something shot either outside or in your living room, you have to have a set, you have to have costumes, you have to have, you know, there's a whole litany of things you have to do video. Except something like this. Except something like this.